Let me ask you something. How many of you are tired? Tired of being stuck? Tired of saying one day? The first thing you need to understand is this. You are your greatest obstacle. It's not your boss, not your parents, not the economy. It's you. That little voice in your head telling you you can't do it. That's the voice of fear. And fear is a liar. Fear is a thief. It steals dreams before they even have a chance to grow. But here's the good news. Fear only has power if you believe it. The moment you call its bluff, fear crumbles. Next, you have to make a decision, not just a wish, not just a hope, a decision. A decision that says, I will not live like this anymore. Success starts the moment you decide to take responsibility for your life. Stop blaming your circumstances and start creating your future. And let's talk about the grind. Everybody wants success, but few are willing to do what it takes. You got to embrace the grind. Waking up early, staying up late, working while others sleep. That's the price of greatness. Are you willing to pay it? Because if not, you don't want it bad enough. Here's the thing, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Every setback, every failure, every heartbreak, it's all fuel. Use it, channel it. Let your pain push you toward your purpose. Stop letting it hold you back. Now let's talk about vision. Vision creates discipline. When you know where you're going, distractions lose their power. Write it down. See it. Speak it. Every single day. Because the clearer your vision, the stronger your discipline. And don't forget this. You can't soar with eagles if you're hanging out with turkeys. Your circle matters. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who hold you accountable. If they're not pushing you forward, they're pulling you back. Fear will try to stop you, but fear is an illusion. It's just your mind trying to keep you safe. But safe doesn't lead to greatness. Safe leads to mediocrity. So step out, face it, and watch it disappear. Growth is the only guarantee that tomorrow will be better than today. You're never done. Every time you think you've hit your limit, push further, break through. That's where transformation happens. And finally, take action. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It doesn't exist. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need it. Just start right here, right now. Because action changes everything. Listen in it. You were not born to be average. You were born to be exceptional. But exceptional doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. Today, right here, right now, make the choice to break your limits. Make the choice to rise. Make the choice to unleash the greatness inside you. Because if not now, then when? And if not you, then who? This is your time. Go out there and take it. The biggest obstacle in your life isn't out there. It's inside you. It's that voice in your head that whispers doubt. The one that says, you're not good enough. Or what if you fail? It's not the world holding you back. It's that mindset, those excuses, that hesitation you've let take root. We tell ourselves stories, don't we? Stories about why we can't, why it's not the right time, why someone else has it easier. But let me tell you something, those stories, they're lies. They're nothing but chains we put on ourselves. And the crazy part is, we hold the key. Think about it. How many times have you stopped yourself before you even started? How many opportunities have you let pass because you convinced yourself you weren't ready? It's not the circumstances that define us. It's how we respond to them. Too many people wait for the perfect moment, for all the stars to align, for someone to give them permission. But that moment is not coming. If you keep waiting, you'll spend your whole life standing on the sidelines, watching other people live your dream. Let me be clear. The problem isn't that the dream is impossible. The problem is that you've been standing in your own way. That self-doubt, that fear of failure, it's not real. It's just your mind playing tricks on you, trying to keep you comfortable, trying to keep you safe. But let me ask you this. Has comfort ever led to greatness? Has staying safe ever brought you closer to the life you want? Of course not. You've got to confront that voice in your head. Challenge it. Push back against it. Because the moment you do, you realize something powerful. It was never as strong as you thought. Fear, doubt, hesitation, they crumble the moment you decide to move. They only have power if you give it to them. So stop feeding them. Stop letting them dictate your life. The truth is, you're capable of so much more than you think, but you'll never see it until you start believing it. You have everything you need inside you right now to take the first step, to move past the limits you've set for yourself. The question is, are you ready to stop being your own obstacle? Because when you do, nothing can stand in your way. Change begins the moment you decide that enough is enough. Not when someone else says you're ready. Not when circumstances magically align, but when you look in the mirror and say, I'm done settling. It's that decision, a real, unwavering decision, that flips the switch. Most people don't realize the power they hold because they never truly decide. They tiptoe around their goals, hoping something will change without them having to change. But let me tell you something. Hope isn't a strategy, and wishing doesn't move mountains. Decisions do. A true decision is more than words. It's a line in the sand. It's a commitment that says no more excuses, no more distractions, no more waiting. When you make that kind of decision, something shifts inside you. Your actions start to match your words. You stop tolerating mediocrity because you've decided it's no longer acceptable. You stop letting fear control you because you've decided that the risk of standing still is greater than the risk of moving forward. Boom, boom. Boom! Think about it. Every great achievement in history started with a decision. Someone decided to fight for their dream, to push past the fear, to step into the unknown. They didn't have all the answers, and they certainly didn't have guarantees, but they decided to take the first step anyway. That's what separates those who achieve from those who only dream. It's not luck, talent, or circumstances. It's the courage to decide and the discipline to follow through. And don't get me wrong, decisions aren't always easy. When you decide to change, you're going to face resistance from the outside world, sure, but more importantly, from within. Your old habits, your doubts, your fears, they'll try to pull you back. But this is where the real test lies. Are you willing to stand by your decision when it gets hard? Are you willing to fight for it when the excitement fades and the grind begins? Because here's the truth. How? Your life doesn't change when someone hands you a better opportunity. It changes when you decide to create one. When you decide that you deserve more, that you're capable of more, and that you're willing to do what it takes to make it happen. That's the power of decision. And once you make it, nothing can stop you. Let's get real. Success is hard work. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It's the grind, the unglamorous part of chasing your dreams that nobody wants to talk about. Everyone loves the idea of success, the trophies, the applause, the freedom. But most people are unwilling to embrace the process it takes to get there. The truth? You've got to fall in love with the grind. You've got to wake up every day, no matter how you feel, and put in the work. The grind isn't pretty. It's those early mornings when the alarm goes off and your bed feels like heaven, but you get up anyway. It's the late nights when everyone else is relaxing and you're still at your desk, still hustling because you know what's at stake. It's saying no to distractions, to comfort, to easy shortcuts because you're focused on the bigger picture. This is where most people give up. They want the results, but they don't want the struggle. They look at successful people and think they're lucky, they're talented. No, they worked. While others were sleeping, they were grinding. While others were making excuses, they were making progress. Success doesn't just happen, it's earned every single day through sweat, sacrifice, and sheer determination. And let me tell you something, the grind will test you. It will push you to your limits, make you question if it's worth it, and tempt you to quit. But that's the point. The grind isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about becoming the person you need to be to handle them. It's in the grind that you build discipline, resilience, and strength. It's in the grind that you discover what you're truly capable of. Because when you embrace the grind, when you show up every single day and give it your all, something incredible happens. You'll start to separate yourself from the pack. You'll start to outwork, outlast, and outperform. And eventually, the grind pays off. The results show up. And when they do, they'll mean so much more because you'll know you earned them. So the question is, are you ready to embrace the grind? Because that's where greatness begins. But here's the truth. The life you want is on the other side of discomfort. Growth is painful. Sacrifice is hard. But the alternative is staying where you are. And if you're honest with yourself, you know that's not where you're meant to be. You weren't built for average. You weren't built to settle. You were built to thrive, to grow, to become something extraordinary. But extraordinary doesn't live in the comfort zone. The more you embrace discomfort, the more powerful you become. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you stretch yourself. You discover strengths you didn't know you had. You build resilience. You learn to trust yourself. And little by little, that zone of comfort expands. Things that once scared you become second nature. Goals that once felt impossible become your reality. So here's the challenge. Choose purpose over comfort every single day. When you're tempted to take the easy road, remind yourself of what you're working for. When you're faced with a hard decision, ask yourself which choice aligns with your vision. When fear whispers in your ear, remind yourself that fear is just a signal that you're about to grow. Comfort won't get you to where you want to be. It's the sacrifice, the grind, the willingness to be uncomfortable that will take you there. Because in the end, the rewards will far outweigh the cost. And when you look back, you'll realize it wasn't the comfort that made you, it was the courage to step beyond it. Vision is everything. It's the blueprint for your life, the map that guides your every move. Without a vision, you're wandering, drifting, reacting to whatever comes your way. But when you have a clear vision, when you can see with absolute certainty where you're going, everything changes. You stop being swayed by distractions and excuses lose their grip on you. A powerful vision does something incredible. It creates discipline. When you know exactly what you're working toward, decisions become easier. You don't have to question whether to get up early or stay up late. You just do it because your vision demands it. You don't have to debate whether to spend hours scrolling through your phone or working on your goals. Your vision makes the choice for you. It keeps you focused, sharp, and on track even when it's tough. But here's the thing, your vision can't be vague. It can't be a wish or a general idea. It has to be crystal clear. You need to see it in your mind so vividly that it feels real before it even happens. What does your future look like? Where are you? What are you doing? Who's with you? The more detailed, the better. Write it down, speak it out loud, visualize it every single day. Make it so clear that it becomes impossible to ignore. Your vision has to be bigger than your obstacles. It has to be so compelling, so powerful that it pulls you through the hard days, the setback, the moments of doubt. Because those moments will come. Life will throw challenges your way. You'll face distractions, temptations, and fear. But if your vision is strong enough, you'll keep moving forward. And don't let anyone tell you that your vision is too big. The only limits are the ones you place on yourself. If you can see it, you can achieve it. The key is to align your actions with your vision. Every choice you make, every habit you form, every step you take, it all has to align with where you're going. That's how you make progress. That's how you turn your vision into reality. So ask yourself, what's your vision? What drives you? What's the thing that lights a fire in your soul and won't let you rest until you achieve it? Hold on to that and let it guide you. Because when you have a vision, discipline follows. And when you have discipline, there's nothing you can't accomplish. The people around you matter more than you think. Your environment, your circle can either lift you up or pull you down. If you're trying to break your limits and reach new heights, you can't afford to surround yourself with negativity, mediocrity, or people who don't believe in what you're capable of. You can't soar with eagles if you're hanging out with turkeys. Take a hard look at your circle. Are the people in your life pushing you toward greatness, or are they holding you back? Are they encouraging you to dream bigger, work harder, and become better? Or are they feeding your doubts and keeping you stuck? The truth is, you are the average of the people you spend the most time with. If you're on people who complain, settle, and make excuses, it's only a matter of time before you start doing the same. But if you're surrounded by people who hustle, dream, and hold themselves accountable, you'll rise to their level. This doesn't mean you have to cut everyone out of your life, but it does mean you need to be intentional. Find people who inspire you, challenge you, and hold you to a higher standard. Seek out mentors, peers, and friends who are where you want to be or are on the same journey of growth. Iron sharpens iron. When you surround yourself with greatness, it pushes you to elevate your game. And here's the thing, you also need to be that person for others. Don't just look for what you can get. Focus on what you can give. Be the one who inspires, uplifts, and challenges your circle to do better. When you create an environment of mutual growth and accountability, everyone wins. It might feel uncomfortable at first. You might have to say no to relationships that no longer serve your goals or distance yourself from people who don't align with your vision. But remember this, your future is too important to compromise for the sake of comfort. Choose your circle wisely, because the people you surround yourself with will either help you break your limits or keep you locked in place. And the right circle, they'll remind you of your potential when you forget. They'll push you when you want to quit. And they'll celebrate with you when you succeed. That's the power of your environment. Use it to your advantage. Fear is a liar. It's an illusion created by your mind, designed to keep you in your comfort zone, to keep you from taking risks, to keep you from stepping into the unknown. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't exist in reality. It only exists in your thoughts. It's a story you tell yourself, a narrative that says, what if I fail? Or what if I'm not good enough? But the truth is, failure is part of the journey, and not being good enough is a lie. You are enough right now, just as you are. The fear you feel is just your brain's way of protecting you from change, from discomfort, from the unknown. It's trying to keep you safe, but in doing so, it keeps you small, it keeps you stuck. The moment you decide to confront that fear head on, you'll see it for what it is, a bluff. It has no real power over you unless you give it that power. Think about the moments in your life when you were scared to take action, but you did it anyway. Maybe it was starting a new job, moving to a new place, or speaking in front of a crowd. You were scared, but you pushed through the fear. And what happened? You grew. You learned. You became stronger. The fear was real in the moment, but it didn't define you. The truth is, fear doesn't go away just because you're ready for it. It will always be there, trying to stop you. But the more you push past it, the more you realize that it has no control over you. Fear is just a sign that you're on the edge of something great. It's the moment right before your breakthrough, the moment before your next level. And the only way to move past it is to move through it. So stop letting fear dictate your life. Stop waiting for the fear to go away before you take action. Take the first step, even when you're scared. Trust me, once you do, you'll realize that fear isn't what you thought it was. It's just a small bump on the road to greatness. And the more you face it, the smaller it gets. Fear's a liar. It's not real. It's time to stop listening to it and start living your truth. Because when you choose to move forward despite your fears, you'll realize that fear was never the thing standing in your way. It was always you. Consistency is a secret weapon that most people overlook. You see, anyone can be motivated for a day, a week, or even a month. But what truly separates those who succeed from those who fail is the ability to show up day after day when motivation fades and the excitement wears off. Consistency isn't glamorous, but it's powerful. It's the small daily actions that add up over time, that build momentum, that transform you into the person you want to be. Success isn't built in a day, a week, or even a month. It's built in the quiet, everyday moments, the ones that don't get noticed. It's in the hours you put in when no one is watching. The practice, the preparation, the repetition. It's in the discipline to keep moving forward even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediate, even when you feel like you're not making progress. A key is to keep going in. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Just start and then keep going. Success doesn't belong to the one who has the most talent. It belongs to the one who shows up day in and day out. Consistency is what wins the race. And if you commit to it, there's nothing you can't achieve. Your future is not written by the circumstances you find yourself in today. It's written by the choices you make. Right now, you're in control. Right now, you have the power to decide who you will become, what you will achieve, and what kind of life you will lead. But here's the thing. If you don't take full responsibility for your life, if you don't own every part of your journey, then you're leaving your future up to chance. You can't blame your upbringing, your environment, or your past for where you are now. You are where you are because of the decisions you made. Understand this. There's power in owning your choices. When you take full responsibility, you stop blaming others, you stop pointing fingers, and you take charge of the direction you're headed. Your past does not define you. Your choices do.